Thanks. My name is Christopher Stauffer. I'm going to say that again. My name is Christopher Stauffer. My name has an echo. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Like, my parents were like, they had me, and they were like, what should we do with his first name? And they were unsure, and they were like, well, our last name is really good. Let's give him another one of those. My whole life has been like a boy named Sue situation, but I'm not stronger for it. My worst nightmare came true the other day. I was in the Portland Public Library. I was trying to study, and the person at the computer next to me pulled out some funyons and started eating them in public. Like, I'm a musician, so I'm really sensitive to sound. One of the sounds that I'm most sensitive to is crunching. And funyons are the worst kind of crunch, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. Like, and this was not like a situation that played out really fast. Like, she ate them so slowly. If you're gonna eat funyons in public, do it fast, like you have some shame. They should be called shamians, right? Shame is the first ingredient of funyons. They're 43% shame, 35% air, and a little bit of onion powder. And just so you know, like, in this situation, like, I'm holding myself to the same ridiculous standards. Like, in this situation, I'm so hungry, but I'm not gonna eat in front of people. I'm gonna go in a back alley and down a $5 footlong because I have shame. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I don't know, I'm really food aggressive. And if you're wondering, like, how food aggressive is he? On the scale of, like, food aggression, I fall somewhere between poorly trained dog and anything on the African savannah. Oh my God. Like, if I'm at a place with people, like a restaurant, and someone suggests, like a shared appetizer, I turn into Joseph McCarthy. It's like a Red Scare of food. Hey, I'll have the pizza, but can you tell the cook not to cut it? Can you just tell him to roll it up in a burrito for me? Can you tell the cook to just mush all my fries into one fry so I can eat it like this? But I have to learn to live with that food aggression because I have a wife. And I want to share the food, so I developed a system. I give her the first bite. Honey, you can have the first bite, but once this train gets rolling, it's not stopping. I'm a little bit awkward, I gotta admit. Like, but I've kind of realized lately that I'm at a sweet spot of awkwardness. Like, I'm at the point where wherever I am, I'm the second most awkward person in the room. And being the second most awkward person in the room is amazing. Because, like, the first most awkward person in the room is there, and he's, like, kind of buffering everyone for you. You know, for the sake of brevity, let's just call the first most awkward person in the room Brian. So I'm sorry if there are any Brians here, but I know that you're not awkward, it's the other Brian is. But I show up to a party early, and Brian's already there. Like, I show up when they're just getting things started, like when the Facebook event invite said it would start. And Brian's been there since they started, like, putting out the tables. And they're like, oh, thank God you're here. Brian's creeping us out. And then the whole night, because Brian's there, like, they're looking at Brian's awkwardness and just interpreting my awkwardness as quirkiness. So they're looking at Brian like, I don't want to go over to Brian. I don't know what he's capable of. But you have so much potential socially. But when you're the second most awkward person in the room, you have to watch yourself because you could say the wrong thing, which would make you the most awkward person in the room. Or have to pay attention to your surroundings. Brian could leave, which would make you the most awkward person in the room.